It's time to talk sports, it's time for the show. When you hear this song on the radio, it's time to tune in, better act fast. Let me get that autograph. Potograph, Sports Talk Radio. Starting now.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 189 of Let Me Get That Potograph. As always, my name is Drew, or the DH, and joining me, my co-host, Mr. Scott Rappaport. What up, dude?
What's going on, Drew?
Oh, not too much, man. Just adjusting to summer.
You know what? That is a huge adjustment.
Yes. Especially when you work from home, you know, and everything like I do. Yeah, and you.
I've been doing that forever. And the, but what threw me off is we have, all this, it's getting warm, it's hot and humid. And I wound up doing a men's league set of soccer games on Sunday night.
Nice.
And it was like 55 and raining. And it got to the point where, I couldn't even feel my fingers for a little while. Yeah. And I'm like, wait. What?
Oh, I know. We have it actually on my computer right now. It even says near record low for our temperature today. It's a weird year, weird weather right now.
Yeah, it is absolutely crazy. And then last night had a game, and it was like mid 60s, and it was fine, but humid as hell. So I'm sweating my ass off out there.
Yeah,
it was just it's one of those things. It's like, this is Chicago.
Yeah, I'm just adjusting. We've got travel ball amping up, travel baseball, and then Jude made all-stars. So we've got all-star practice 3 days a week now. And then with that combined with him being at home 24/7 now instead of having the day to knock stuff out. It's just a big adjustment week for me.
Oh, I know. I got the same issue. I got one in summer school and one doing this is actually a really cool camp for anybody that's looking for a camp idea. It's a week-long Nerf gun camp.
Nice.
Yeah. Fun. So my son and a couple of guys from his soccer team, and then there's some guys that, are in class with him that we're doing this week. So it's all week, 9 to 12. They have it separated by age, and it's all, it's all just Nerf gun battles.
Are adults allowed to do it? That sounds
no. They actually took the indoor turf soccer field at the rec center here and converted it using like mats and different things, and kind of like paintball, except it's Nerf gun.
That's awesome. I love it.
So
all right, guys,
having fun with that.
Let's dive into our show today. We've got a couple of pretty interesting things. We got movers and shakers coming up later. A possible loaded box and a couple of updates for you and a really funny email to start the show, Scott. But let's start it off with an update on the Panini American burglary break-in. Everyone's heard about it. It's been all over the news. Panini was broken into. No one really knew what was taken at the time. Now we have a little bit clearer idea of what has been stolen. Have you gotten a chance to see this yet?
I have not, so this is new to me.
All right.
Yeah, I've been unfortunately tied up over the last couple of weeks with.
Well, this just came out.
Soccer.
They just reported, and it is reported that there's still no arrest made, and it's an unknown number of people that did break in. Obviously, since they bypassed security and apparently cameras too. They do know that it took place sometime between Friday, May 26th and the afternoon of Sunday, May 28th, the holiday weekend. That's a pretty large gap there. Yeah. But a little update on what was actually stolen. There was 4 storage servers valued at a total of $60,000. And then they had multiple data storage drives and shells, and additional electronic equipment worth more than $100,000 were also a list of items stolen. They also say that there were some cards stolen, but they did not say what those cards were. We'll talk on that in just a moment because that's the most interesting to me. The walls, $12,000 in damage, multiple sets of office keys, 2 sets of keys for a Mercedes Sprinter van, and a reciprocating saw were also stolen. And talking with a computer expert, Sports Collectors Daily, who spoke with this computer expert, said they're after the data 100%. So after looking at everything that's stolen and hearing that list, quite a big break-in, but looks like it's a majority going after data.
Yeah, that seems like it to me. Now, it was probably the cards that were stolen. They might have
mock-ups, man.
Well, they could have been mock-ups, but they could have also been ones that belonged to the Panini employees that just had on their desk.
Yeah, I was about to say display cards. Yeah, shit like that. That's what that stuff is. The card stuff is nothing.
So, but they stole the keys to that Mercedes Sprinter van, but it doesn't say anything about them stealing the van.
No, they did not steal the van. They stole the keys.
And they said 2 sets of keys. So typically a car will come with 2 sets of keys.
No, 2 office keys.
Oh, and 2 office keys. Sorry, I thought you said 2 keys.
Oh no, yes, it is actually multiple sets of office keys, 2 sets of keys for a Sprinter van, and a reciprocating saw.
So I don't know. What is Panini just waiting for somebody to come and try to drive off in that van, knowing that both sets of keys are are there? The interesting one is a reciprocating saw.
Maybe they needed help with the wall on the way out. I don't know. They wanted an easier exit on the way out.
What was that even doing? What was that even doing in the office to begin with?
I know. That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a weird one. But it sounds like nothing of consequence. They were definitely after data, which is kind of what we thought initially. Mm-hmm. We knew there weren't any, redemption cards or anything like that that people were complaining about, and which is, I get that. And now it did say storage servers, which means that, and if you notice, their website didn't go down, just phone lines, and all that kind of stuff. And they probably just did some damage. They cut up a bunch of equipment and things like that. But that just tells me that, most of their stuff probably is in the cloud, and the servers are probably there just for, for data backup and, emergency use, which obviously they don't have anymore. But it probably is storing a ton of information about their customers. Yeah. It probably doesn't have
their proprietary information, their mock-ups, their designs, things like that. That's very valuable information.
True, but it's tough to use that. It's tough to take that to another company, and say,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But the customer data, on the other hand, now the good news is they most likely, if they are compliant with the payment processing industry as they should be, you're not going to get full credit card numbers on that server.
Right.
You're not going to have social security numbers because Panini does not collect those. You're basically going to have names, addresses, and phone numbers.
Okay.
Which,
sense.
For most people is
already out. Yeah.
It's already out there.
Yeah.
So as far as a data theft, that's not the biggest thing. Unless, of course, they're looking for employee data.
Right.
Because, Panini's got thousands of employees, or have had thousands of employees over the years that have come and go. And if their employment records were being kept on those data servers, then you would have social security numbers and, all the pertinent information that you would need.
Yeah.
So hopefully they are not being stored there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see. I was never a Panini employee, but I guess if you were a Panini employee at one point in time and, Panini has reached out to you and said, hey, there was a theft of data that involved your information.
Yeah.
Let us know. That would be a good one to have out there, because then we know that the HR records were on one of those servers.
Right. Well, yeah, that's actually a good one. I hadn't thought about that. But yeah, so like I said before, no arrests have been made yet, but Panini did submit that early damage report that resulted in nearly $200,000 in property loss and damage. But like I said, especially with the cards, the fact that they didn't even give a number attached to the cards, where they attached a number to everything else that was stolen, tells me right now that it was either mock-up stuff or, like you said, going through the offices. Obviously, you're at a card company, there's going to be cards displayed. So, somewhere, person's desk out there, somewhere. So cards like that, things like that, that was stolen, along with, like we said, mostly data. But wanted to give you guys an update on that real quick, as interesting story to follow. It'll be I don't know if we'll ever see arrests being made in this, but we'll see what happens. Wanted to give you guys an update on what exactly was stolen from Panini. But Scott, let's move on now to something a little more. Well, it's hilarious, but it's also I feel bad for the people that bought into it because, we had so many new hobbyists that got into the hobby when these videos and this shitty ass marketing campaign started all over the internet. But my God, Eric Michael in Major League Profits.
Oh boy.
Dude.
So you know what this guy reminds me of?
What?
Back in the 80s and 90s. No. Aside from that, back in the 80s and 90s, there was a great way to make some money. And what you would do is you would put an ad in a newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you would say, hey, send, I'm going to tell you how to make money without ever doing anything. Send $1 or $5 whatever, in a self-addressed stamped envelope to whatever address.
Yeah.
And then when somebody would send the money in the envelope, what you would do is you would put a letter in that envelope that says, here's how you make money. You put an ad in the newspaper and you say, send $5, learn how to make money, send $5 in a self-addressed stamped envelope to whatever address you want, and people will send you money. So this reminds me exactly of that.
Yes, that I did. I remember those. Who doesn't if you grew up in that era? But yeah, dead on.
Yeah, and I never understood the whole thing with guys like Eric Michael and Major League Profits, selling all this information because look, the hobby is so open.
Yeah,
there are so many guys that will tell you better information than what he's probably giving you.
You can go into a group and in one post where someone asks a question and it's a good group where there's actual interaction and not trolls, learn more than this dude. And for those that are unaware, he sold a system on his quote unquote system on how to make money, like big money in Major League Profits in the sports card industry.
Yeah. And I can tell you, look, I got a great system for it too. I can tell you how you in sports cards in one day can have $100,000 sitting in your bank account. Drew, right now I can tell you exactly how to do it with sports
I want to
cards.
know. I got to know.
All right, for starters, you start with $1 million.
Okay.
And you go out and you spend $900,000 of that on sports cards. And when you are done, at the end of the day, you will have $100,000 in your bank account.
I'm doing it.
That's how you do it. Up. That is how you do it. It's the same. Look, I can tell you the same thing: how to win how to have $100,000 in your bank account by going to the casino.
Right.
You start with $1 million and you take $900,000 of that to the casino, and at the end of the day, you'll have $100,000 in your bank account.
So guys, we're joking about it now, but the reason we bring Eric Michael and his program up now is because he sent out an email recently, and this might be one of the funniest emails in the world. The subject is, I fucked up blank, and then he inserts the name of the person that he's writing to, as this is obviously either a chat GPT apology, like a jaw apology, or this is just a canned response. He says that he let them down. I'm sure you remember me. I'm the guy that spams the shit out of everything with my ads. I'm paraphrasing, of course. He's going to say, well, this has been tough for me to say, but for the last year, I hired someone to write my emails for me. The emails were your daily subscription where he gave you advice.
Yeah.
It was someone pretending to be me, not actually me. Not anymore, though. I will be personally writing every email from here on out. Wow, amazing. I'm going to make a monumental effort to show you all the guys the real me. And because I've never actually showed my true self to social media. Shocker. I love to go out, gamble, hang out with women, travel, etc. And I'm sure some of you reading this right now won't like me and will unsubscribe. However, a lot of you are going to enjoy how real I'm about to get. I'm going to take you into the life of a 26-year-old entrepreneur and teach you how to make $20,000 plus. And as a sorry for deceiving you, I made a free training. It's totally free. There is nothing for sale. I made this just to give back to all you guys who have probably seen my face 1 million times on social media, bunch of other bullshit. This training has a Google Doc and a 10-minute video. I'm looking forward to showing you the real me. And then signed Eric McMichael.
Oh, you left out the best part.
What's that?
It says the training shows you how to make money with cards from the 80s and 90s
Yes.
Because I'm sure a lot of
yeah.
you have old cards and you're wondering what to do with them. All right, so here's how look. You want to make money with all the junk wax era cards from the 80s and 90s, and I'm not talking about the big rookies. I'm not talking about like Jordan rookies or anything like that. You know what you do is you got to catalog all of them at Beckett book value.
Yes.
And you donate them to a children's hospital.
Yep.
And you take the tax write-off for the full book value.
1000%.
That's the only way to make money.
Yes. And unless he's sitting there tying, I'm not going to click on any link this guy has to give him any type of engagement on his social media platforms. Because like I said, I think this stuff is pathetic and stupid. But it's funny how his training that's free is 80s and 90s bullshit that there's literally no way. I'm not going to get into it now, but it's the easiest and the lowest hanging fruit and the cheapest and most bullshit way. I mean, talk about making money or talk about making a couple of bucks, and that's the free training. And of course, it's obviously another email to get people to continue to his service. And now you're going to be getting the real stuff. You haven't been making money from me before, but you subscribe. So now the real stuff's coming. Dude.
And here's the thing. I'm wondering if anybody has actually tried to reach out to him before. And I'm not talking about like you or I to have him on a show or talk about it or whatever. I'm talking about like somebody who is a paid subscriber who has a question.
Yeah.
And, does he respond to those questions? Is he there for you?
Well, I'm sure air quotes he did before, but it wasn't him.
Exactly. So, I'm curious because you can, and anything he's going to teach you, you can learn, like you said, by going through reputable, chat groups, blowout forums. That's another,
asking anyone, us. Asking
you can go through
people in the hobby.
Yeah, you can go through all 189 episodes of Let Me Get That Potograph.
Yes.
You're gonna learn a ton.
Go to a card show. Talk to dealers.
Yeah, go to a card show, or God forbid you just shoot one of us because you know what, we answer.
Right.
People reach out to me every day.
Yes.
And guess what? They get an answer.
Yeah.
We're part of that group that's always been open and helpful and wanted to help you. Look, we want people to succeed. Look, not everybody is going to succeed. People are going to screw up. People are going to do it, but it's not because we're not rooting for you.
Exactly.
We're giving you the tools that you need, but some people just don't do it.
Yeah.
And that's sorry. Look, it's a fact of life.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to ask me if I want fries with that.
Exactly.
It's not going to be me.
No.
But somebody has to do it.
Yeah.
Although now machines are doing it, so it just
I know, right?
Weirder.
Yeah.
But look, people are going to help you. Some of the biggest names in the hobby will respond to emails and text messages, DMs and things like that, and give you advice.
Yeah, and a lot of people, I'll shout out someone who does a great job at this, Card Collector 2 on Instagram. He has so many great videos of him at shows doing deals, and literally videos of him sitting down talking to you, and he'll put the videos up when people ask him a question on how do you figure out what you should buy? How do you judge this? He gives good advice. And while the players and the people that he's talking about might not be what you're looking for, the knowledge is there to implement it your own way. And so all of this stuff is free. All of this stuff is available. This dude's a snake oil salesman and a half. But this email was just too funny to me because, first of all, how many times, does this guy in this email praise himself? It's hilarious. I'm going to take you into the life of a 26-year-old single 7-figure entrepreneur. And honestly, it's going to be wild. Dude,
it's gonna it's gonna be dude. You gotta talk like a 26-year-old man. It's gonna be lit,
bruh.
But here's I love to go out, gamble, hang with women, travel. Come on, man.
It's a joke. It's a total joke. If that's the real him, awesome. That's awesome. You want to be authentic for once? Good. I'm glad you're actually going to be authentic, even though I still don't believe you. But you're apologizing to people and putting yourself up. It's like, as he was writing this, he had to remind himself, wait, no, I'm awesome. I'm awesome, bro. Hold on. I know I'm a piece of shit, but no, I'm awesome. And it's like, dude, get over yourself.
The email was a straight up ego trip.
It was.
You know, it was solely out there to stroke his own ego.
Yes.
And whether or not, and maybe he had somebody writing those emails, and maybe they're not writing the emails anymore because nobody was giving him money anymore, and he had to fire the guy because he couldn't afford him.
Yep.
Well,
he made this email because the person, whoever it was that was writing those emails, was about to say, "I'm going to come out and tell everybody that you're a fucking liar." Otherwise, there's no reason for him to write this. He just changes up his content and shifts focus, and it seems like everything was normal. But the only reason you write this email is because that dude said, "Nah, bro, like you fucked me over. I'm gonna expose you for who the fraud you are." And so he had to do damage control, so it didn't hurt if the dude did it.
So so he, supposedly has made millions of dollars dealing in cards.
Yeah,
but I don't know anybody. And I know a ton of people in the industry.
Between the two of us, I mean, yeah.
I don't know anybody that has ever done a deal with this guy.
No, funny thing, me either. I don't know.
You and I know some of the biggest names in the hobby
easily.
And I'm not saying that to, to brag or stroke my own ego or whatever. I'm saying that because of all of the people that we know.
Yeah. And that
I don't know a single one that has ever dealt with him.
No, everyone that I've seen always laughs about the videos and laughs about the class. Like anytime the name's brought up, it's like kind of a running joke between the like people that I know in the hobby. Like when we pull these videos up, I don't know, I can't tell you how many people I work with at Collecticons and other shows that when those videos come up, they just laugh about them. I've never seen a dealer say, "Oh yeah, man, I do tons of deals with that guy all the time."
So if he's making, if he's making 7 figures in the industry, who's he dealing with?
Yeah, I know. Who knows?
That's a legit question.
It is.
How much truth is there behind it? Because, look, odds are between the two of us, we would have known at least one guy
person.
who has done a deal with him. And I'm not talking about like, a $5 eBay transaction. I'm talking about a
$20,000 card,
Exactly.
Yes, a big number, a Mahomes Contenders auto, something big.
Right. Not a single one. Don't know a single one.
Nope, not one at all.
So I'm trying to figure out, how much of his backstory is even true.
Well, that's the other thing is, if I were to ever in a million years think about doing some type of, training or, helping program or something like that, I would want to show that, you know what I mean? And that's what you would want to show. Like you would think that the social media accounts and stuff like that are equated to this, account and this push would be showing deals like that being done.
Yes.
Maybe not showing how they were done, maybe not showing what they were sold for because you're trying to sell a system of, taking people's money so they can watch you, do deals, but at least show the deals. Like that's what I would be doing. That's how you would market it instead of you walking around holding a camera on a fucking 25-cent budget while you're taking your dog for a shit, talking about, I'm going to make you $20,000 a month in sports cards.
Yeah, there's nothing there. If you or I decided to do this and we all of a sudden started coming up with these videos, look, we have an entire library of, between the podcast, between, personal videos that, we've posted over the years, between breaks, between things that we've bought and sold that have been posted, online for years.
Yes.
We have all of that.
Exactly. And you would showcase that. And that's what's interesting to me.
And this guy seems to have just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And we all laugh at him. Everybody, we all know who he is now. Yeah. But it's not because, hey, we've seen him around. He's been at all the big shows. And, he's doing deals with, with Ken Golden and Shine and, and Ryan over at, Card Collector. And it's like, come on. No.
Yeah. No. It's not happening.
No. Like I said, before this, I'd never heard of the guy.
Yeah. In 2017, no fucking clue.
Yeah.
No clue.
I had no idea. So, like, hey, anybody ever done business with this guy before, reach out.
Yeah,
Let us
if you
know.
signed up for the service or something, because I mean, back in the boom, when a lot of new collectors, and we have so many new listeners from that era, and thank you guys for joining us on the adventure. That he pushed that stuff hard, and I'm sure a lot of people that got into the hobby probably did sign up for this. It would not doubt I would not be surprised between 2019 and 2021 if he didn't have a pretty big influx of people signing up for this program.
Well, I don't want to know that. I mean, look, I'm sure there's a ton of people out there that have signed up for it, they've paid for it and all that kind of stuff. What I want to know is if anybody's done a deal with him.
Yes, that's what I'd love to know.
Look, guys, if you're out there and you've bought a card from him, you sold a card to him,
consigned through him, anything,
anything, wax, memorabilia, anything, reach out, let us know.
Yes, I would love to know the answer to that because I know. I'm
just curious.
Yeah,
because I don't know anybody either.
But anyway, guys, I will post the email on our social media account this week so you can read it because it really is one of the funniest things I've read in a long time. But quite a funny apology from Eric Michael and Major League Profits. So there's the comedy corner section of this week's show, Scott.
Oh no. No,
that's true.
No, dude, no. The comedy corner is now a comedy circle.
Yeah,
we don't have no edges. We're not stopping and sorry. It's gonna roll in because the next segment is got some humor in it.
Yeah,
if you're into sad humor and pathetic humor.
Yeah.
But it is something that we can just facepalm and scratch our heads to and look at and sort of laugh at because
dude. Top Fanatics. Mr. Rubin, what are you doing?
Oh man, I honestly, this could not have gone any worse for them.
No.
Of course, what we're talking about is Michael Rubin ripping a box of Dynasty Baseball live.
Yep.
On video and pulling the biggest chase card in the product
with Antoine Griezmann, the Atletico Madrid French national team soccer player. That was his box. They were opening it together, and he gifted this box to this famous soccer player to make this amazing content online. And the Jackie Robinson cut autos pulled, and then the other card. Did you see the other card too?
I didn't even see it. No, I stopped at the Jackie Robinson because I'm like,
the other card was just the other card, shitty old Trout dual game used relic auto at a 25.
Oh, okay. Because the rest of us are pulling Greg Maddux relic auto to 25 and a I don't know, Mike Trout game used toilet paper or something like that. Actually, that would probably be worth good money. So,
but there were so many problems with this, man. Like, besides that he pulls this Jackie Robinson. Okay, I could see that possibly happening because it's a Dynasty and it's so low print run. But there was no wrapping on the outside of the box when they opened the box. And it, if anything, normally when they do videos, like to make that really cool digital effect of ripping open the box, cutting open that seal to show you this is a sealed box. We're ripping that seal. Nope, this one wasn't. Griezmann says, I have a big one, I'm sure of it, before he opens the box. Off camera, Topps president Dave Liner says, Jackie. And then they go to his reaction, and it's the funniest and fakest looking surprise I've ever seen in my life. He kind of acts like he's fooled, but he literally says Jackie when he cannot see anything whatsoever. And then they pull the Jackie Robinson cut auto. This is pathetic.
So I have a couple of different theories on what this could possibly be.
All right.
This could be a complete setup, and that was never in the product, and they just put together a box so they can open it with Griezmann,
right,
and do that. Or it is possible that this video was a recreation of like Griezmann was sitting there opening boxes with Michael Rubin, and that maybe he opened 10 boxes,
right,
and these were the 2 best cards that came out of those 10 boxes, and they decided to create a video to showcase that. And it's just now they should have said it's a recreation.
Yes.
If that's
the
case.
funniest thing. The funniest thing about this is Michael Rubin putting it on his personal social and thinking that this was a good idea. That's the funniest thing to me about all this.
Exactly. And that's the thing. You have the biggest card in the product being pulled by the guy that owns the company
while you're there, and you hand him the box.
Yeah.
And it's unsealed, which like you said, makes me think, possibly it is a recreation, but Topps needs, honestly, and the only way that this is going to happen is if there's more of an uproar, but Topps needs to put out the full video. Topps needs to show you more footage showing you that this was 100% legit, because look, like, do I believe Backyard Breaks get stuff from Panini? Absolutely not. Like, I don't think they get loaded boxes. I think it's that I know a lot of distributors that go through them. I don't believe that conspiracy theory for a second. But do I believe that this was planted and planned by Topps? 1,000%. And they're talking about all this new marketing that they're going to do and all this new type of stuff. Obviously, this is going to have a hand in it. This is not how you start out, guys. This is bad.
Well, this is the thing. And like I said, if this is a recreation because, Griezmann was sitting there opening a case.
Yeah.
Of it. I think Dynasty's a 5-box case.
I think it might be. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I think so. Maybe open a couple of cases, and these were the best 2 cards, and they decided to create a, what's referred to as a dramatization of him, opening that. And that's fine.
There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that if that's the case. But the way that the video made it look is it made it look like the whole thing was rigged. The Jackie was never in one of the boxes to begin with.
Yeah.
And they just, kind of threw it in there.
No, it absolutely looks like Michael Rubin hands him the most loaded box in the product, and he just opens it right up and bing, bang, boom.
Exactly. Now, here's what else I want to see. I want to see a photo of Anton Griezmann sitting on his couch holding that Jackie Robinson cut auto.
Yeah.
Because if that box was supposedly for Anton,
right,
he should have taken home the cards.
He better have.
I know. So I would love to see Anton Griezmann sitting on his couch or sitting by. I'm sure he's got a pool. Sitting by the pool or a sauna or no. Wait, no. Sorry, don't bring in the sauna. No sauna, no steam room.
No.
Just kind of relax or in the middle of the pitch.
Yeah.
That'd be cool too.
The Jackie up.
Yeah, sit in front of your locker or something like that. Just take a picture of you holding the Jackie up.
Yep.
That's all I want to see.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. But I really think Topps needs to do something about this because like I said, they're talking constantly about ramping up marketing heavily and getting athletes more involved in all this type of stuff. Well, that's great. And if you want to showcase the type of hits that can be in a product, that's awesome. But you've got to do it transparently. You can't make videos like this. You can't make stuff that literally looks like a fucking scam on one of the most high-end products you make with the chase card of the entire product. Like that, you can't think the hobby is that stupid. You've got to have people that tell you how this got past. Michael Rubin had to have been bored and sitting at home and having someone edit this, but how whoever was editing or anyone that saw it said, bro, no, you cannot put this out is beyond me and kind of worrisome, honestly.
Is he surrounded by yes men?
That's what I'm thinking.
Nobody's got the cojones to say, yeah, this is not a good idea. We probably don't want to do this.
Yeah, like you have to preview your video before you post it, especially a company like that. How in the world can anyone look at that video and not say, this is supposed to make us look good?
Yeah.
Like what?
This is
fucking kidding me?
Yeah, this has bad idea written all over it.
Yeah. And it was a bad idea.
This is a worse idea than Tamaco.
Yeah, right. There you go.
And so it's like I just don't know. They need to come out with a statement or something. I want to see Griezmann with that card somewhere that's not in that building. I'll feel better about it if he really does have it. Sort of, not completely better,
right?
But I would still, make him feel, I don't know, 10% better. But Topps really does need to come out and say something, either release the unedited video, show like 2 cases being opened. And then, but look, even if they're sitting there ripping 2 cases, there's still going to be the people out there that said, oh, well, they knew it was in that case.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you're never going to please everybody.
No, but it's not like there's not a shortage of damn dynasty hits that are amazing that aren't the chase hit. You know what I mean? There's so many awesome cards in that set. Almost everyone's awesome. Like you could have had any box.
But we're talking about Jackie Robinson.
No, I know.
I think the only thing that I think would top that would be like a Babe Ruth cut auto, and even that is hard. I mean, that's tough.
Yeah, no, that's tough to come by and worth quite a bit of money.
Yes. Speaking of money,
yes,
we need some.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be back after this break. And we're back. Thanks for putting up with the advertising. Now we're bringing back it again.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the segment is taking the nation by storm. It's Movers and Shakers.
There you go. Hey, I even like that. I think the nation by storm is catching on. I like that.
I know. Look, you've been doing it. Look, you've been doing it for years. You were doing that before I got here, and it's
it's like 5-6 years old. It's ingrained.
Yeah, it's ingrained. So I'm going to start it off this week.
Yes,
and I'm going to stick with something that I know and I love, but I don't like this move with this player. But I'm still going to call it a mover and shaker because it's going to be positive for the hobby.
All right.
I am talking about Jude Bellingham.
There you go, my boy.
Leaving Borussia Dortmund, which we all knew was going to happen. The question is, where is he going to go? Yes. And we found out this week he is going to be going to Real Madrid, which I'm not a fan of the team. Not at all.
No.
But they are one of the biggest clubs in the world.
Yep.
They have one of the, their top 5 worldwide as far as following goes.
Easily.
And he is going to walk on to a team that is going to be in need of help, especially since Karim Benzema has left. They lost a couple other guys too. And he's, Bellingham has proven this year that, he is the star that everybody thought he was going to be, when he came into the scene a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's great for the hobby. I think anybody who is sitting on Jude Bellingham rookie cards from the 21-22 season is going to be pleasantly surprised as to, what happens with them when he starts playing at Real Madrid this coming season. There's going to be a Champions League spot for, although he was playing in the Champions League with Borussia Dortmund as well. I was really hoping to see him go to Man City to play along with Holland.
Yeah, me too.
They know each other really well. And I was hoping Makoko might move too, but no, he signed an extension, so he's staying in Germany. But keep an eye on Bellingham. Now is a great time to start stocking up on his stuff.
Yep.
It's still criminally cheap, especially after how he played at the World Cup this year.
I know.
Come on.
Oh man, you're preaching to the choir. I'm
well aware of that.
I love this pick. His stuff is ridiculously low, and it drives me crazy how low it is sometimes. But like you said, this move, one of the top teams in terms of overall fan base, overall attention, especially in the hobby.
Yep.
He's moving over there. He also fits in very well over there. It's not like he's going to be fighting for a lot of PT. They needed someone like him. They filled a very big void, and I think he's going to play excellent over there. I, like you, wanted to see him go to Man City. I thought that would have been amazing. But, just because there are a lot of cool, his first Topps Now card, or one of his first Topps Now cards, I have a bunch of them, was him and Holland together. So, seeing them back again this time in Man City would have been pretty cool. I would have liked to have seen the recreation of that card too. Yeah. But, I love that pick. I think Jude is someone that I would be picking up like crazy. I've been picking him up for a long time now. But now I think like you said, I think it's going to be good for the hobby. And I do see him on a pretty positive upswing.
Yeah. And it's going to be interesting seeing him with, because, Topps has the Bundesliga. It's going to be interesting to see what Panini does with him because they've got the La Liga contract. So we'll find out this coming season. Obviously, he's been in the the World Cup stuff that Panini's put out and things like that. But a little bit different with the club team.
Yes,
it's different inserts. Different style to the photography and the base cards and things like that. So, going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. And obviously, Tops will continue with him for the Champions League stuff as well.
Yeah, no, love it, love the pick. All right, so mine, we're going to move over to the other football, American football. And this is a guy that, well, most people would consider it a bad week. He lost his job, but his cards and hobbyists around him said, fuck yeah, and they're going up like crazy. And that is running back Dalvin Cook.
I had a feeling, as soon as you said he lost his job, I had a feeling you were going with Cook. And there are teams that are clamoring to get their hands on this guy.
That's my point. And that not many times can you have someone cut and then have their stuff go up. I was really debating between him and Hopkins, but after looking at both of them, Cook seeing a massive amount higher increase than Hopkins is, but his stuff was stagnant and dropping. The second he was cut from Minnesota, his stuff started to skyrocket, and he is in a perfect position because he can sit and wait now. He can find a contender. He's not bound by any type of agreement whatsoever. He can look at what contenders need. Probably won't see him sign till after training camp, but you really think it's going
to be that long?
Yes, I do, because he's had a lot of carries on his body. So going through training camp for him, this is when those guys start to skip training camp. B, I think you wait and you see, if I'm him, I wait and see who makes it through camp, and who makes it through some of the preseason games healthy. Like, a lot of teams are going to have injuries happen in preseason. And if he's already said he wants to go somewhere where he's valued and he can win, well, a lot of times these championship-looking teams find out that running back room doesn't look that good on the field. And I think you're going to see a lot of contending teams looking to go after him. I do think it's at least past the start of training camp before he's picked up. And I think all that hype and all those team names that you're going to hear interested in him between now and then, and we've heard Miami a lot and a lot of other teams, is only going to help his cards, I think, continue to go up. So Dalvin Cook's my guy this week.
Now, I would say after the start of training camp, but I would say he's going to find a new team, probably about halfway through training camp.
Yeah, no, I would say halfway, 3/4 of the way through, before the end of training camp, but definitely not before. I don't see him signing a contract before.
Yeah, because the last thing, especially as a running back, the last thing that you really want to do is sign a contract with a team right before week 1,
right?
And then you only have a very short period of time to learn the playbook.
Yeah,
you want to make sure you get in as much practice as you can on running that playbook.
Easy. Before you start with the quarterback, the handoff, everything. Every QB is going to do it differently. Like, that stuff matters.
Exactly. So like I said, that's why I don't think he goes that long without it, into training camp without a team. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah. No, but that's my guy this week. I love him, and I just found it hilarious the second that Minnesota let him go. The hobby world was like, oh shit, now he's got a chance.
Yeah.
But sitting in Minnesota, nah, fuck it.
No, exactly. So that was a good one. I like that one.
There we go.
So, all right, now before we
this week's movers and shakers, guys, but before we wrap up the show, Scott, you got a little something for us.
All right, so one of my favorite products of the year came out recently. Everybody knows I love me some Bowman Mega Box.
Oh yes,
and I finally had a chance to run out, grab some. Not for lack of availability on the shelves, I just haven't had time. And after ripping into the 2 Mega Box packs with the Mojo refractors into them. I was a little surprised because I hadn't done the research on it. I figured, okay, same Bowman Mega Box. They picked 100 prospects from the 100 prospects from Bowman, and here you go, and here's some color and the occasional auto and some inserts, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this because they changed the product configuration, and I realized that when I opened the packs, and all of a sudden there's an Acuna.
And Acuna mojo. Yeah.
And a Wander Franco mojo.
Right.
And a Mookie Betts mojo. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So wound up, doing some research on it and realized that instead of 100 prospects with the Mojo Refractors this year, they did 50 prospects and 50 veterans and rookies. And don't get me wrong, the veterans they picked in there are great.
Right.
The rookies that they picked in there for this year's rookie, it's a solid list of rookies. But I just don't know how I feel about not having it be a full-on prospect fest. With the exception every year they did the Rookie of the Year contenders insert.
Right.
And what is that going to do? Because again, you see Acuna, all these guys, Acuna, Wander Franco, Julio Rodriguez, having their first non-prospect mojos.
Yeah.
Does that help? Even though they're not rookies,
right.
Because again, some of these prospects are crap.
Yeah,
some of these prospects are crap now, and 3-4 years from now, they're the best card to product. Prospects can be like that.
Oh, big time.
But with the addition of veterans, so I'm torn. I like the fact that I can sit here and pull a Michael Harris rookie.
Right.
Out of it, or Corbin Carroll rookie, Gunnar Henderson, they're all in there. Or I can have an Aaron Judge mojo, which, it's the first time, or Mookie Betts mojo. It's the first time they've had the mojos.
Right. No, on that end, I love it. I think it's cool. But like you said with prospects, you never know outside of maybe one or two. You never know who's going to end up getting that hype. And so many guys come out of nowhere. Now you're chopping that list in half. How many of those guys are going to miss out on having one of these mojos because of these veterans? And that's
but half the fun of Bowman Mega Box is sitting on these guys.
Right.
I got boxes upon boxes of Mojo Refractors from Mega Box that I'm just sitting on waiting.
Yeah.
Maybe none of them are going to pan out. Who knows? But occasionally you find a gem.
Exactly.
And it's kind of ruining the fun for me.
No, I agree. I like the idea, like you said. I do like the rookies having them. I think that's awesome. I do like some veterans having their first mojos. I think that's cool. But put that in like an insert set or something. Like change an insert setup if you want to put vets in, and if you want to put rookies in, do the Rookie of the Year contenders, or maybe expand the checklist from 100 to 120 and put in 20 rookies. But I don't know how much I like about the.
Or you can get rid of, you've got the Rookie of the Year favorites set, which it's 15 cards.
We'll take that out and add 15 to the set.
Well, no, take that out and make the rookies, like the actual rookie mojo, make that the insert.
Right. Yeah.
Instead of having, but like, don't make it part of like the base set. The base set should still be the prospects.
Right.
And then just throw in 15 rookies. And then this year they also did the Sights on September insert as well. That one leave. That's all prospects. They're, waiting for that September call up and things like that. It's funny that Anthony Volpe is one of them.
I know.
Like, he didn't even have to wait.
No.
But that's what I would do. Get rid of. Nobody likes the Rookie of the Year favorites cards anyway.
No.
Get rid of those 15. Take the 15 rookies. Or there's more than 15 that are part of this, but take the 15 best.
Yeah.
And instead of an insert, that's what you do. Is you just do the rookie mojo.
Yeah.
And call it a day.
Yeah. Well, I like you said, I'm curious to see what's going to happen with some of the vet mojos, the rookie mojos, and how this affects the prospecting. And I'm really curious. We won't know for a couple of years, but if there are any of those prospects that got left out that aren't going to have that mojo this year because we added in vets and rookies. And, these mega boxes are one of the more popular products of the year, honestly. For baseball.
Well, but I think it was one of the more popular products of the year because of the prospects.
Right.
Nobody cares about the 4 packs of
base
paper and a couple of
it was the paper mojos. I mean, the prospect mojos.
Yeah. And now you've got that cut in half.
Yep.
So, and the price is, still up at the high. It was, look, when they were $20 a box.
Oh, yeah.
Great. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you were raking.
Greatest thing in the world. Thank you, 2019.
Right.
But the $45 price tag on them now, and especially without having, half the prospects that it traditionally has, that I don't know. I'm torn.
No, I'm right there with you. And guys, let us know what you think, how you like the new layout of the Bowman Megas if you're someone that's opening them. And we'll definitely be keeping an eye out on some of the sales of those veterans, the low number vet colors, the rookie colors, as well as what prospects maybe missed out. But Scott, I think that's probably a good time to wrap up this week's show. What do you think? I
think it's a great time.
All right. Well, guys, before we go, I do want to thank our awesome sponsors, Game Time Sports Cards, Card Ladder, Show Your Slabs, Slabster on Denver Card Shows, Zion Cases, Treasure Hunter Sports Cards, and Stand Up Displays. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do to help us keep this show going. We are on our road to the National. We've got some great interviews coming up here soon, as well as a lot of other information to tell you guys about. So, keep an eye out on all the socials and everything like that, as well as on every episode as well. But we've got some really cool stuff coming up. I will be on Hobby Hotline this weekend, the 17th. So if you're tuning in, then definitely tune in to Hobby Hotline, which is every Saturday on Bench Clear Media at 11 a.m. And then, of course, I'll have a couple articles out for Hobby News Daily. Got the new NFL Hot List that I'm doing, as well as NFL product reviews. So a lot of really cool stuff coming up. Make sure to check all that stuff out. But great show, man. It was a good one.
As always, looking forward to next week. Sharing a little bit more about our plans for the National.
Yes.
Excited about that. So we got some great ideas that we haven't thought of yet that we're going to be putting together over the next couple of days. And I'm just excited about the two of us putting our heads together, because we always come up with something great, even though they may not seem like the greatest ideas in the world at the time.
I will agree with you on that one. And on that note, guys, until next week, you know the deal. Keep ripping those packs, pulling those hits. We'll talk to you then. Peace.